I think I found a new way to make some of these repairs. What I did was I just covered this with strips of thinned down to about 3/4 of an ounce, half an ounce leather, and that's going to hold all that paper together. Not going to have any issue with that anymore. I've just kind of, it's strips, so I wanted to make sure I got all my seams sanded nice and smooth. There's a piece here, a piece here, another piece here, some corner pieces filled in. The one along the bottom is one full piece. And I think this might be a new way to do it. I'm going to tan coat this. I'll probably put a couple coats on it. It'll be tomorrow before I can get back to it. But it is what it is. I have this in a little lighter leather. It's wet right now, so it looks kind of dark, but it will lighten up. I'm going to start putting it together again. Hopefully, all is going to go well. You saw me do the last one, I think. So I'm not going to make you watch me do this one. Just trust that I'm doing it, because that's what I got to do. I got to make some campy customers out there. There it is. It's all rewrapped just like it was before, and it looks like a mohawk, but I'm going to set it aside. I've got a couple other projects I'm working on too, and I'll work on those while this is drying. I'll try to get back at this tomorrow. It might be 2 days. I will oil it really well before I try to stitch it. That should, and see if I can wreck this one too. The last one, remember, was totally my fault. And it's not that I pull tight. For some reason, it just pulled through between the holes, and it's I won't let it go that way. I could have just skipped that hole, but I don't do that. Gosh. It's not perfectly centered. And I don't think I've done one of these yet that was. The last one I wasn't too bad. But, you know, I trimmed it off. I gave it a quick sand. Just put some, I've got a dye pen with dark brown dye in it. Just put some of that on. It'll kind of highlight it a little bit. And then we'll get her burnished. I like this Toco Pro even more every time I use it. And honestly, I think it's probably the same as Toconol. It's just thinner. Maybe that's all I needed to do is thin out the Toconol. I don't know, but I like the way this stuff works. That's all I got to say about that. Alright, well, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to let this Toco Pro set up overnight. And I will probably, normally I just do a Connolly's Hide Care as a finish on these. I think I might do some tan coat just because I can. Well, there you go, folks. The handle's done. It's not perfectly centered, and it's not going to be. This handle has a little twist to it, so if I look at it this way, this end can be straight. This end, the opposite end, is kind of twisted over, which isn't just in the end. It's through the whole handle. Has got that twist to it. So it's really hard to keep it straight. I've had a couple that were really nice, and they were straight. Didn't have that twist to them. And I was able to keep those straight, but generally they have that twist to them. You get a toolbox that weighs, I don't know, 100 pounds, 50, 75 pounds, and you're picking up by this handle all the time, you're going to cause some tweaking to the handle. But I think it came out real well. Pretty pleased with it. I've been asked, I get asked a lot actually, mostly by phone, by email, what it costs to do a handle like this. So what I generally tell people is $100 to $200, and you can buy them from Gerstner, and I don't know if you can get them anywhere else. I've never seen them anywhere else, a leather coat covered handle. You can buy them from Gerstner, and they're, I believe, by the time you get it to the States, or to your house, they're made in America, but by the time you get it to your house, you're probably looking at $100, $80 to $100 for a handle to buy a replacement handle, and there's no guarantee it's going to fit. You know this one's going to fit because you took it off of there, right? Right. So this one's going to fit. I think it looks better than anything you're going to buy. It looks far better than the ones I looked at on their website. Their stitching is weird, and it's not real pretty stitching. Not that you can really see the stitching, but the stitching on the handles looks like it's going to come apart. I use a heavier thread, a closer stitch per inch. I don't know, I use a 4mm chisel to mark my holes, and then I punch the holes with an awl. That truly doesn't take a lot of time, but I think it came out good. There you go. I am going to be looking for someone that can reproduce the core part of this, 3D print that for me. It's worth it to me if I turn down jobs because the handles are so bad that I just can't do anything with them. This one I had to replace the whole ends, and that's not so bad. But when you get to all of this, it's a lot of work to start replacing bigger chunks like that and get everything smoothed out real nice. So I'm looking for someone that can possibly 3D print me some handles. We'll see. I can't do it because I don't have a 3D printer and I have not the inclination to do it. I'm not real good with CAD or any of that, and I think you'd have to be pretty good with CAD to make something like that. 3D modeling, not my thing. Anyway, y'all stay safe. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not already, if you want to see some more funky stuff. Got some other things I'm working on right now. I'm working on another beginner video. And I don't know how much of a beginner project it is. It is a little more, well, it is quite a bit more advanced. We've got snaps and zippers going into it, but, you know, you got to learn sometime. And now, those parts of the video, I'll delve a little more into installing, how do you install a zipper, and what kind of zipper to use, all that kind of stuff. And the snaps, I'll go into a little more detailed. Other than that, I'm going to kind of burn through this one, I think, and not get too detailed on it. So, stay safe, and God bless. We'll catch you in the next video.